Good afternoon, Jorge.
Hello, Susie. How are you?
Okay. Mm, Ready to start.
Okay.
Oh, you want to start?
Yes. What is your opinion on using only English in your class? Do you do it, or do you sometimes have to use Spanish to make yourself understandable
Um,
to your learners?
yes. I had a really, how do you say, a close opinion about that because my students were small and I could use body language and all of that to make them understand pictures, all that material. But now my students are students and they are not really into it. Um, Even though I make them use body language and all of that. So I believe I have to tell them in Spanish what they're supposed to do because otherwise they won't do it.
Which grade are you teaching?
I'm teaching university.
Okay. Yes, I was in the place I work at. They tell us to use only English, but I sometimes find it difficult because I have young learners like fifth graders. So sometimes I have, for example, I have these two fifth grade groups, and they are differently skilled. Some more, some less. And if I go
I can't hear you. ¿Te puedes ir al cuarto, por favor? Estoy haciendo una tarea, le dije a la hora. Jorge, hello. I believe we're having some difficulties to record. Um, I think I'm gonna continue. Our main topic is what is the role on the mother tongue in learning English? In my opinion, I think it promotes learners' autonomy and students' ability to make a logical connection, to define meaning of words in English, and to decode assignments.
¿Qué onda? ¿Se cortó? ¿Qué pasó?
Um, I think this is a great way to share ideas, and it is a lot difficult for us to connect here. Trying. This is like the 10th time we've done it. We have another one, but we weren't able to record the other conversations we had until like today. We found out how to do them, and I'm waiting for my partner just to see if he's gonna come back and continue our conversation, debate, conclusion. And I have another idea. While we teach English, I think as learning, students need to use their mother tongue in a way it helps them, you know, in a way that is stable They don't use it too much. They don't rely on it too much. Just in certain words or phrases, things like that. Um, I have some pros and cons that I want to share with Jorge. I have shared with Jorge, but not through here. Another one pros that, let's say, defends the idea the mother tongue is something good is this assumption that language transfer is an important characteristic of second language acquisition. Language. They are supposed to know how to learn a second language. Let's just say that. Another one is cross-linguistic similarities and differences between L1 and L2. It can produce a positive transfer, and we have a cons against that. It says that cross-linguistic similarities and differences between L1 and L2 can produce negative transfers. You could get one of the two, positive or negative. Another thing that is a pro is overproduction. Students work fast, effectively, just like that. Or underproduction. They will get stuck on one word, one phrase, trying to decode what it means in English and Spanish. Okay. Do you wanna talk, Jorge? I'm gonna talk to Jorge just to see if he's here.
Es que la llamada se cortó, Susana, o sea, yo no la tengo activa, está colgada. No hay llamada. Creo que tienes que hacerlo otra vez, por favor.
Well, he's saying we need to start over, and I think I'm gonna stop this transmission and do it all over, mm, just to see. Oh, I'm gonna invite him again. Let's just see if he's able to come back. Oh, you're back. I can't really hear you. Not really.
No, because the other time it showed here on my cell phone that it was being recorded.
Can you talk louder?
Yes, that the previous time it showed here in my phone that it was being recorded. Was
You
recording.
what?
It was recording last time. It showed here on my cell phone, not this time.
Yeah, it's recording. It's live.
It's live right now.
Yeah, it's going to YouTube.
Okay, so should we start again?
Yes. Well, we could keep going. Um, what do you think is the role on the mother tongue in teaching English?
Okay, I think the role of the mother tongue in teaching English is our support. Is providing a context in which a student can base the understanding of a second language. For example, if I'm going to explain something in English, I will probably use uh, previous experience relating it to how students learn the mother tongue. I mean, I think it can be very helpful to explain in an easier way some aspects of English that cannot really be translated, or you cannot mimic or act so it can be understood. What is your opinion?
Um, I was talking by myself right now, giving my opinions because in case you came back, I as an advantage,
Mhm.
um, first language, for example, to come up with the meaning of a word or phrase, because there are even some words that are like similar in Spanish, English, all of that. And I think it is our job to make sure our students understand that sometimes it's an advantage, but sometimes it's not. It could be whatever, wrong or right.
Well, yeah,
I have another
it depends how
question.
you use it. Definitely, if you can, if you use it for a limited for limited moment, just to find the correct way to use it to make yourself more understandable, that's okay. But making it clear to the learner that you're going to use this for special occasions because you are in a classroom to practice so you can develop your English communication skills. I was doing actually some research on this topic, on bilingualism, and I found about this professor called, his name is Wolfgang Butzkam. He's German, and he works at the University of Aachen in Germany. And he
Hmm.
states that the mother tongue is the greatest asset people can bring to the foreign language task, and that mother tongue should be seen as an ally, not as an enemy. But I insist, it's okay if we use it. I think it's okay if I use it or teachers use it in special occasions to make a concept clearer that it should be. No.
Yes, and I was reading, I did read a lot, and then I found out something like that. It says the translation is a natural thing, and when we are learning a language, so when students see a word, they naturally just translate it because they want to know what it means. And I have another thing right here. What you just said, something similar, that is said. Translation is sometimes referred to as the fifth language skill alongside the other four: listening, speaking, reading, and writing. What do you think about that?
Yeah, definitely. I think we use translation to understand concepts, and this is what happens to all of us when if you are faced into a text. We do it unconsciously. You're reading and you are translating unconsciously, and you are understanding a text. Sometimes, as this is our second language, we come across some information that it's not clear, so we need to search for more information to understand it. But yes, I totally agree. Translating is also an ability that we have to develop, and the problem is the only problem I can see in this in translating is that uh, we could translate exactly like we want to say things in Spanish, and this is the field in which we can make uh, erroneous assumptions that cannot help us learn properly. So that is the problem when we use L1 exactly. We want to use it exactly the same way in the second language, in this case, English.
Misinterpretation of the context.
That, yes.
Sorry.
Okay.
Uh, I have some problems with that too. I have positive and cons, pros and cons. I have underproduction when students get stuck in a word. Man, I have another different one that says cross-linguistic similarities and differences between L1 and L2 can produce negative transfer as positive transfer. Both of them. Well, that's true. We have students when they think they know what something means and they're like totally off the topic because that's what they think it means. They think it means similarity of the word written in Spanish and English. And something else. I have another one. Sorry, hold on. I have a question.
Yes.
Why schools should teach English and use students' first language?
Can you repeat it, please?
Yes. Why should schools teach English using first language with students?
Uh, Why? Well, first, because I think you should use it at beginner levels, and that means if you have like small children, then because it would be like a starting point. If you go into a classroom with I don't know kindergarten kids and you start speaking English 100%, well, yeah, they can associate if you show them flashcards and stuff like that. They can is how they learn language one, but there's going to be a point in which you have to use Spanish or the native language
Hmm.
to make yourself understandable. And if you're not working with like children, teenagers or adults like you are now, but again, you can be working with a housewife or some adult person that has never been in touch with English, and you start talking English 100%, they're probably gonna feel lost, and they probably would be uh, well, lost encouragement to continue with the learning process. So why should the schools use L1 to teach English? Precisely for that, to engage students into the language learning, but making it clear that you're going to use it only to clear any question they can possibly have in
Have.
the classroom.
Yes. Something that I found out about that is that eliminating native language does not guarantee that you will acquisition. Even though if you eliminate Spanish 100%, it does not guarantee you that your students are going to learn.
Yeah,
So
that's
it's not an excuse.
yeah, good answer. Definitely a good answer. Yes, totally agree with you. Totally agree with you.
And I want to end up the conversation, if it's okay
Huh?
with you, with this thing I came up with. Uh, when do we know students are using their mother tongue correct when learning English? Well, this is what I said. When students rely on their logistics instinct of mother tongue, when they balance in a correct way, when they use logic and they automatically translate correct, and when they don't need a teacher to translate for them, and what else? And the last sentences. Sometimes students need a little push and guidance from the teacher to activate the logical part of using their mother tongue language. They're not always gonna use it correct. That's why we need to teach them how to use it correct.
Okay, so let me know if I got your answer correctly. Uh,
Yes.
so you're saying that uh, it comes a time or it comes a moment in which English learner doesn't need to translate precisely or per se, but they do it unconsciously. They are now able to understand what they are reading or hearing, listening, and they can make, let's say like that, the translation and understand the concept in their mother tongue. Let me.
Mm-hmm.
It comes a moment in a learner's life that in which he doesn't have to translate precisely, but he does it unconsciously, something like that.
Yes, when they use the logic part of their mother tongue to translate or to understand.
Yes, it triggers your previous knowledge in mother tongue, so you are able to understand it like we do right now. You're talking to me, and I'm not really looking for the meaning in Spanish, but I am understanding because we've been in touch with the language for quite some time. Okay, pretty
Yeah,
cool.
and I
Okay.
just I just came up with this. Be
Uh-huh.
positive because without first language, there is no second language. Correct?
Right. Excellent. Excellent. Yes. I think the mother tongue opens possibilities, and it's always awakening new learning process.
Sorry, my dogs.
No problem. Well, yeah, totally agree with you.
Hmm. Well, I think we have more ideas that we are. I'm gonna send you what I read the whole paper, so
Uh-huh.
you could have a better idea of what I was
Okay, so
talking about,
how can I get this
and we could
audio?
continue with the next. I'm gonna send you the link.
Perfect. So I can do the transfer.
Yes, I'm gonna send you the link. But you know what?
What?
I'm gonna do the transcript right there. It says transcript.
You did what?
It gives me the option to transcript in my YouTube page.
Perfect. And how
I'm
do,
gonna send it to you.
so we have to put this link on YouTube also, right?
No, it's already on YouTube.
It's ready on YouTube. Perfect.
It's live.
Okay. And
It was a lot of work, but we
so
got it
so
done.
how is the teacher going to see this? I don't understand.
Well, he's gonna get the link and he's gonna go on it and then see the video.
Okay. Okay. Well, perfect. Thank you, Susie.
Thank you. See ya.
See you.
Talk to
Bye.
you. What's up? Bye.